Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the
body punches?
I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
BoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and you're taking those punches.
Beterbiev Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
It's the champ, Shannon the champ, with the fake champ, with Tally Vitamin Crisco.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm gonna treat him like he's a C+ fighter. I'm gonna dominate, I'm gonna dog this fighter.
I'm talking about punishment. We're gonna punish you for 12 rounds. Either the referee says you had enough, or you can say you had enough, or you can stay your ass there all night until you ain't had enough.
I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to beat the best. And all I did was beat opponents. I worked my way from the bottom to the top. I won a title by beating top competition and top fighters. This guy was hands down paper champion.
Do you feel that you're the best super middleweight right now?
100%.
Let's go, champ.
He can bring the pressure. He can box. I'm a true champion. I'm willing to go to his turf in Atlantic City. I'm going to step on him. I'm going to crush him. Y'all can mark my word to this. I'm going to crush him. He's a C+ fighter. I'm an A+ fighter. Come Saturday night next week, all the fans tune in because I'm going to dominate. This guy is flat-footed, swing wild. I'm not worried about who his trainer is because his trainer can't get in there and fight for him.
Beterbiev Productions.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People.
12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this. TheBoxingVoice.com. Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening, people?
Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem wrong, the man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida. Liz Lowe, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K, Detroit, stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuts, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Superman, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
In Jesus' name.
Without y'all, it ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish Vega, Palm Beach, Florida. Intrigue the Incredible, straight out the ATL. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. It ain't hating, it's just the truth.
Show Kid, Mount Vernon, New York, suckers.
SDS Promotions.
Coach Mide from London, UK.
Checking in from Tennessee, it's Lethal James, P-A-Y-N-E. It's lethal.
Line 6 Reed, just spreading that boots gospel.
Bo from Bama, only in America.
Well, I'm a true attestation to the American dream.
King Born, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You heard? 4 chicken wings and French fries, breakfast and chair
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Stuff like that.
Yo, TVB, this Coach J-Mac. New Orleans, Louisiana, 504, baby.
What have you?
C. Y. E.
California.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for some.
This is the #1 pound for pound and 2-division champion, Marvin the Tank Furman from Dallas, Texas.
LV Sugler from DC to Stunt City, Bone Squad.
Brandon Maurice, aka the AJ at Trucking, straight out of Cincinnati, baby.
Madbat 100, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Chickarelli, Hollywood, California.
Louis Reyes, Boston, Mass. Yo, drop that SDS shit,
This
son.
message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
The voice of the people. There is no equal. You can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. TheBoxingVoice.com.
As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the late start, but you already know I had to get the coffee right, then I had to smoke the J. You feel me? But we here, man. Twice a day, Monday through Friday. Today we're going to be discussing Beterbiev Smith, A Tale of 10 Punches. It is a all-access 24/7 type of episode that Top Rank and ESPN have put out. And it's kind of a countdown of their previous opponents. I don't know if they called it A Tale of 10 Punches because it was their 10 last opponents. I don't think it went that far. It felt like maybe 4 opponents each that they reviewed. 4 opponents, previous past opponents. But they did a fairly good job. It wasn't that long. It was maybe 20 minutes or so, 28 minutes. Not a bad length. They highlighted both men's power, right? And because, knockout sells. So if they can make you believe that Callum punches as strong as powerful as Beterbiev, then it sells the fight even more. So it's my belief that is what they are attempting to do with this episode, but, I think it served its purpose for casual fans, helping to attract them to this free fight. All you have to do is have an ESPN subscription, and you'll be able to watch this unification title defense. It's a mandatory defense. Callum does belong here because he's a mandatory. Now, what he's done to get there, I really don't know. As a hardcore, I feel like this episode worked against them because it made me realize that Callum isn't a natural 175-pounder, that he's not a natural 175-pounder, and then he's going to be facing one of the biggest, baddest, hardest-hitting 75-pounders out there. Artur Beterbiev, who is the unified champ, the man in the division, and the, person that we all want to see in the ring versus Dmitry Bivol. He has a 100% knockout ratio, so that's not a good thing for Callum Smith, who, got his bicep kind of bruised up by Canelo. That is his only loss, no knock on that. Canelo is a pound-for-pound fighter, So Smith, if we click on his resume, 29 with 21 knockouts and 1 loss. Again, his lone loss coming to pound-for-pound king Canelo Alvarez. As you can see, he's had 2 fights at 75. Lelin Castillo, who he knocked out, brutal knockout. And then whoever the hell this is. He didn't do much to get here. But, it's slim pickings in the division. Let's be real. Anthony Yard didn't do much to get a first title shot at WBO champion Sergey Kovalev, and he did even less to end up getting a shot at Artur Beterbiev, who fought him in his last fight. Not a very top-heavy division, or should I say not a very deep division. As you can see, the lineal is vacant, and you have Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, Callum Smith, Anthony Yard, who he's already faced, Callum Smith, who he's going to face, Joshua Buatsi, who just doesn't want to face anybody, Dan Aziz, who's on the come-up, Vazdek, who he already faced and beat. It's just not a sexy division. It really isn't. So I don't know how excited I am for Callum to be here because he hasn't done much. If you want to go off styles make fights, he takes a lot of shots because he's a counterpuncher, so every now and then he'll take a shot to counter with his left hook or to try and counter with his right hand. So I don't know that he wants to take the shots of Artur Beterbiev. Now look, Artur, I don't think he has one-punch knockout power like Wilder. Not to say that he hasn't put somebody to sleep like that. I just don't think that's what he possesses. He's more of a Matias, more skilled, heavy-handed, big punching kind of guy. Because why I say that? Again, Anthony Yard, you know what I'm saying? He lasted as long as he lasted and did very well. The other guy that did well is Hot Rod, Kalajic, and I'm killing that, but you know what it is. It's Kalajic, whatever. Look it up. I'm going to screen share it. It's right here. He did very well. And I'm pointing out guys that are not world level purposely. Hot Rod lasted 5. Marcus, let's say he's world level. He was an Olympian. He had maybe 2 interim straps. He lasted 9. Joe Smith, who we thought was durable, but definitely flat-footed, tailor-made, he only went 2. Marcus was a southpaw, bit of a mover, and he lasted a little bit longer. Callum's biggest win is maybe George Groves, who was a 160-pounder. I just don't know how much we're going to get out of Callum, man. I mean, styles make fights. Again, he could land that left hook. He usually lands that left hook high on people's head, but he's not a one-punch knockout artist, He doesn't sleep anybody with one shot. The best he can do with one shot is, hurt you and then hope to jump on you and get you out of there. And, this episode did a great job of highlighting the fact that when Callum jumps on you to get you out of there, he's susceptible to getting hit with the counter shot, and they show you him being hit by Groves' counter shots. Obviously, he's landing the heavier shot, so he gets away with it. But, he can't do that with Artur Beterbiev. He can't get hit in the mix of giving it his all to knock out Beterbiev because we know the sort of devastating puncher that, Beterbiev is. But again, this episode did a good job of trying to highlight each man's power. But if you're not a hardcore, then you can get caught up. They magically omitted the Canelo footage. I guess they couldn't even find a highlight in there, or the directors just said, look, it don't even make sense to bring it up. Let's just say, Leling is his first fight after a loss. Don't even say who. I don't even remember hearing them say that he lost to Canelo. It was more about, I didn't expect to come back to this level of opposition in Leling. I was expecting something a lot, easier than that. And it's like, okay, they ignored Canelo, unless I'm fucking too high to even notice it. You know, I didn't see them talk about Canelo or even put him in the episode. But they went that far back, bro. They went to George Groves, 2018. You know, 167-pounder, but I'm pretty sure Groves was, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. He has always been, because Ward has always been a super middleweight. So, yeah, that would make sense because Groves fought Froch twice, who was always a super middleweight. So, and Dom was the 60-pounder that fought Peter Quillen. And Quillen, a 60-pounder, dropped him like 6 times, you know. Obviously, he got Dom out of there and won. John Ryder, that win, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. You know, a lot of people thought that maybe Callum didn't win that fight. I remember Eddie Reynoso, the trainer of Canelo, taking to social media his Instagram story saying we should fight Ryder. And this was before they even fought Callum. Like, he was insinuating, obviously, that Ryder did enough or did, you know, deserve the win and should get the Canelo prize. Fast forward, obviously, Ryder didn't get it at that time, but ended up getting it anyway, right? But some, you know, would say that fight with Ryder was a little bit tough. You know, they brought up the Rocky Fielding win, which I'm not saying isn't a good win, but I mean, man, they went in a bag. That's 2015. So, like, you trying to trick the casuals that bad that you went, what we talking, 8 years, 7 years ago? To show you that Callum could punch by showing you a Rocky Fielding highlight? As my man Two-Tone would say, nasty work. Nasty. They got to do better, but that's what I'm saying. The division is so slim, they got no choice but to go through his previous resume. It's kind of like Devin fighting Matias next and them telling you how he beat George Loma, Regis, and now he's in this Matias fight. I guess it's like that, except Devin ain't coming off no losses. He's undisputed in the 2-division champ. Callum, 1-division WBA regular champ, and did suffer the loss to a legend, living legend in the flesh, you know, Canelo. But the bounce back, like, look, I respect my Dominican brethren, Lelin Castillo, but I don't know. We talked about this morning, you know, people trying to classify fighters as B-level this and B-level that, and it's like, damn, well, how is he B-level if he never won a strap? You feel me? Because I don't know that Lelin's going to ever win a strap. I hope he do, so he could be in that Dominican Hall of Fame, because we ain't got a lot of strapped-up Sammys over there. But I don't know that he can say he going to win a world title. So, you know, this other guy, Baladelik or whatever, you know, maybe he was highly ranked. Maybe my boy Timboski calls in like, no, Ness, you don't know this guy. He was, you know, it ain't work out for him, and I don't know. Now, I am trying to look at these fights with a little bit more of an optimistic eye because we all getting upsets, but we also got to remind ourselves that upsets don't happen all the time. Just because Espinoza pulled it off, and who the fuck just pulled it off? Fucking Barroso pulled it off. It don't mean every week we going to get a high-level upset either. You know, we got to just consider that. Beterbiev's resume is immaculate. You know, he's fought in everyone. There's development here, and there's world level here. You know, Vazdek was a unification. Hot Rod is, you know, a top-level name in the sense, again, the division is slim pickings. But he's been there. He dropped Marcus Brown. Before he ever got in the ring with Beterbiev, Hot Rod dropped and possibly beat Marcus Brown live at the Barclays Center, but Al Heyman had just started the PBC. Marcus Brown from Staten Island, they had to deal with the Barclays Center too much riding on giving Hot Rod that win. People in the building felt he deserved that win. You know, Callum Johnson, not a world beater, but definitely a developmental fight, heavy-handed fighter, big puncher, and he proved it. You know, I'm pretty sure he put Beterbiev down in that fight, but again, not a guy that might win the world title, but he got a better shot than maybe I would say Lalin, because it's like, you seen with Barroso, power's the last thing to go, you know. Few other names like Colin, you know, it's world level, Olympian, things like that. Gabriel Campillo, former world champ, just maybe probably out his prime, but hey, Canelo fought Mosley, right? Those are world, you know, class fights. Tavares Cloud, former IBF champ, you know, maybe past his prime, but again, world level. There's nothing on Beterbiev's resume that indicates he's not ready. You know, his age indicates he might be ready to retire, and his resume indicates that he's at the top of his game. You know, the Adam Denies guy, or denies, or let's just deny that he ever fought him, because it was just a tune-up and probably a mandatory when you got that many belts. Anthony Yarde, like we said, you know, never really won a world title, but gets credit for his effort in the Sergey Kovalev fight, even though in that same fight he gets discredited for being a young fighter that gassed out. But he fought valiantly in the Beterbiev fight. So, you know, that's the thing. At least Callum was a world champion, and at least Callum was knocking out names. Yarde, I mean, the biggest name Yarde knocked out. I'm clicking his resume, but probably is the guy that just lost this Lyndon Arthur, right? I don't think Yarde ever beat a bigger name than that, and he made Lyndon Arthur by losing to Lyndon Arthur. So this is what I'm saying. Like, Callum kind of has a shot because, again, what was Marcus Brown's biggest win? You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these dudes just never done. I think Brown lost to Pascal, right? Let me double check, but Callum might be okay. Vazdek is also world level and Olympian and had a title, but Callum might be one of the best fighters this dude's ever faced. Joe Smith, former world champion, but he's a blue collar guy, not pedigree like Callum. Callum, whole family's fighting. The father trains, you know, the fucking 3 sons, all fighters. It's different. But Marcus's biggest win, Badu Jack. That's a good win. Even though that was controversial. That was controversial. I ain't even gonna front. That was that bloody ass fight. That was controversial. That's his biggest win. And he got the same names. He got Hot Rod on his resume and Gabriel Campillo, just like Beterbiev. That's his biggest win. And if I remember correctly, that was a little bit controversial. So, I mean, anybody's resume could be picked apart, but I feel like maybe Callum has been on that world stage a little bit more. That and Dom fight was on AJ's U.S. debut. Like, he's been on big cards. He's fought in Monaco. He's fought in Riyadh. I mean, you know, he's been on. I mean, look, I never really factored that much into not being on the world level until we see my girl say it live in an interview that in the Olivia Curry fight, it took a couple of rounds to adjust to the crowd. And that was like, I think that was the Caribbean Royale, right? Or was that Tampa? I don't know. But the point is, she needed time, and then, you know, she didn't perform her best in the even bigger fight. So being on that world stage, fighting in front of massive amounts of people, I think is important when going into fights like this with so much rotting on it. But the episode does a great job, man, in highlighting both men's power. But it's hard not to fall in love with the things that Arthur Beterbiev does, because they highlight his power jab, bro, and it's just such a tool, man, such a weapon that he has there, and kind of everyone succumbs to it. This is actually Arthur Beterbiev's trainer. I'm hoping he's still training him, right? John Iceman Scully, what's going on, Coach? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was getting you on because I know you either still are or have trained, obviously, Arthur Beterbiev, and he's going to be doing battle this Saturday, and they just dropped a episode kind of hyping up the fight. It's called a Tale of 10 Punches, and they kind of go like maybe over the last 4 to 5 opponents of each man, kind of highlighting their powers and, more their power than anything. But for starters, how are you? Happy New Year. Thank you for coming on. Good to see everything is going well with you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me. And, everything's great, man. Feeling great.
And so, to be clear, you are still working with Beterbiev and Mark Ramsey?
Yes.
Okay, so... yeah, man, what could you tell us, man? I think that Callum may be one of the most skilled fighters, I guess, outside of Alexander Vazdek. Both Callum and Vazdek have that, high amateur background, Olympians and world titleists. Some of the other guys Arthur faced weren't able to win titles at the time that Arthur faced them. What do you think about Callum Smith as a fighter?
I like him, to be honest with you. He, he's got a nice style. He's very sneaky. He takes his time. He's got a good jab. It's definitely a real fight. This is definitely something Arthur has prepared for and continues to prepare for this week.
Now, we've seen Devin Haney move up from 35 to 40, pack on 25 pounds, come up to 165. I only bring that up to say Callum's had only 2 fights at 75. As a former fighter yourself, a trainer, how much of a 175-pounder do you think he will be on Saturday night? Has he had enough fights and time to acclimate to the weight fully? And do you consider him a light heavyweight on Saturday night?
I would say so because, the fact is, like, a lot of times you could be a super middleweight for a couple of years when you already are, in fact, a light heavyweight. You're just prohibiting that from actually physically happening. And so a lot of guys, their body's just starving, just begging to be released into the light heavyweight division. And when it finally happens, it doesn't even take any acclimation time. So I'm expecting him to be strong. Like it's never occurred to me at all that he's like a super middleweight moving up, and he's not going to be big enough. Like that's never crossed my mind at all.
John, I know that you are big on history, and we've had an ongoing conversation here about making weight and, guys maybe ballooning up too much. I mean, it started really because of the Devin Haney thing. We don't normally get a lot of fight night weights, and because Devin put on 25 pounds, we've had people call back into this show thinking that same-day weigh-ins would be an answer to fighters fighting outside of their weight. I know that you've studied that time. You've known that time. What do you think? Should we revert to the olden days as same-day weigh-ins, or did we stop that because of the deaths and we would just bring that right back by going to it?
Well, I'll tell you what. One thing I know for sure. Fighters are going to make weight, however they have to do it. And they're going to fight in the weight they want to. So if you get a guy and he's having trouble making, say, 168, he should be light heavy, and he's having trouble, and he's sucking it down to make 168. Well, if you make the weigh-in the same day, he's still going to make 168, because in his mind, in the fighter's mind, whatever you can get to, whatever weight you could actually make, is where you're going to be best at, and you're going to, if there's any inclination that you can make it, you're going to do it. And they always feel like it's going to be an advantage. And in most cases, they realize after it's too late that it's not an advantage. It's not an advantage at all, that they're damaging themselves. We have to fix the fighters' mentality, the way fighters think about these type of things, and educate them on weight. Because I guarantee you, listen, we're in a sport, and I was included in this as a fighter. Fighters don't know anything about making weight. I'm talking about world-class professional fighters have no idea how to make weight properly. They know what their old school coaches have told them, which is don't eat, run with a rubber suit. I mean, I'll tell you what, you go tomorrow to a national amateur boxing tournament of the highest level in this country, in America, the U.S. Championships, the U.S. National Championships. You go to the National Golden Gloves, the National PAL, whatever tournament is. And you get there, if the tournament starts on Monday, you get there on Saturday, and you pull into that parking lot. What you're going to see is dozens and dozens of kids in rubber suits, running, jogging, jumping rope, and hitting the mitts outside in the sun, trying to make weight. That's just the way it's always been. It's always going to be, because they don't know better. They don't know how to get on weight where you don't have to be doing that at the last minute. We're in a sport where we're incredibly ignorant to how to actually do these things.
Would you recommend us to go back to same-day weigh-ins?
Well, like I say, my problem with it is if you think, well, I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you the perfect example. Myself, right? I'm fighting November of 1992 on the undercard of Holyfield and Bowe, the first fight. I fight Tim Littles in Las Vegas at 168 pounds. And it was just horrible to make it. What I had to do to make it was really stupid, and I hardly ate any food at all. And I made the weight, and I was out in Vegas, and it was the desert heat, and I didn't know about that, how it sucks the moisture out of you. And so I ended up getting cut, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4 times against Tim in that fight because of the weight loss, and I was just totally depleted. And I went 12 rounds and lost the decision, and had terrible cuts and everything. I had plastic surgery to remove one of them. And that was November, I believe it was the 13th of 1992. That was November. 4 months later, I fought Tony TNT Thornton, #1 contender at the Blue Horizon in Philadelphia at 168 pounds. We weighed in the same day, and I did the same thing that I did against Tim. That I did the same thing for Tony, and I sucked the weight off, and it was just horrible. And all my cuts opened up in the first round, and I had to go 10 rounds with blood pouring in my eyes. And it was all because of the simple fact that in my mind, I was a 168 pounder, and doing it the same day, the day before, the night of, on the way to the ring, it wouldn't have mattered to me. I was going to make that weight.
Since this is live, we got Ryan Frazier in Canada that says, shout out to John Iceman Scully. I remember you coming to Toronto to train at my dad's gym, DeWitt Frazier at Jamestown Boxing Club.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, Dwight Frazier had a very good gym there. I actually sparred with Troy Ross at that gym during that time, who was a elite level fighter, Olympian, all that. Yeah, Dwight's a good guy, real good guy over in Toronto. Yep.
Coach, obviously there's been a lot brought up of your fighter's age. In boxing, there's a phrase before you and I got there. You get old overnight. And while he only has 18 fights, that age still comes into play. And a lot of people do say because he doesn't have wear and tear, because he stops guys, he doesn't do rounds. The age doesn't matter. What's your thoughts?
Well, the thing about Arthur that's different than other people is that this is a guy who's so dedicated and so dedicated to his boxing, to his discipline, to his religion. It's all intertwining. And so he lives a different lifestyle than anybody I know. And so the things that would make a fighter old haven't touched him yet because he eats well. He's never been in a bar probably in his life. I don't think he's ever been in a bar in his life. I don't think his religion allows him to be in a bar. So this man trains so hard, right? And I always use this as an example. And I have the video. It's probably on my YouTube channel. You could actually watch it if you do a little research on it. He fought Joe Smith, won the IBO or won the WBO title, and they unified the titles. That was June of 2022. He beats Joe Smith on a Saturday. Goes home, travels on Sunday. In the gym on Monday at 7 in the morning, there's videotape of Arthur in the gym hitting sledgehammers against truck tires on a wall at 7 o'clock in the morning. Just for 2 days after the fight, he's just banging on this thing like 6 rounds at a time, 3 minutes each round. Really, really tough workout. Now, why would anyone do that? Why would anyone on earth? And I talked to him about it the other day, as a matter of fact. And for him, it's not like something, oh, it's cool what I did. It's nothing to him. That's just how he lives. That's his life. That's his mentality. It would be weird for him not to go to the gym that Monday and hit those truck tires at 6:30 in the morning, 2 days after beating Joe Smith. So this man is a different human being. You can't compare him to other mortals when it comes to this type of stuff. And so his, preservation of his body and his mind and his mindset is different than anyone I've ever known. So you can't judge him like you judge other people. That's what I've learned with him.
Obviously, fight fans, we can't seem to ever be satisfied, right? We have Callum Smith. We know he's a puncher. We know he's the mandatory, but all we're thinking is Bivol. We have this very rich man, Turkey Al-Sheikh, putting things in our head, saying that he wants Bivol Beterbiev. Reports have broken that fight is signed. I gotta ask your thoughts on the potential undisputed fight. Obviously it's the classic boxer puncher. I feel like I'm supposed to favor Bivol.
Right. I mean, I'll say this. We have not talked about it at all. Like Arthur's the type of guy. If you're fighting Callum Smith, you're not supposed to be talking about fighting Bivol. Like that's your focus is Callum Smith, and when the time comes, you can talk about whatever you want. But for right now, we talk about Callum Smith. So I'm only going by my own thoughts, my own impressions. I know for sure that any hold up in the fight is not because of Arthur. I know this for sure. Like he doesn't care. He wouldn't hold a fight up. He wants the fight because he wants all the belts. Like that's the most important thing to him is him having all the belts. Like that's his number one goal. And it's not just the fighter. It's not like he wants to beat Bivol. He wants to beat whoever has the title. So whoever's the champion, that's who he needs to beat to be the undisputed, because that's what they tell him is the pinnacle of the sport is being undisputed champion. I think it was indicative when you saw him and Bivol in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you saw the video, but it was when they met up in the hallway somewhere, and Ellie Seckbach or somebody, was interviewing them, and basically what's going on? Are you guys going to fight? What's the story? And it was very obvious to me from their interaction that Arthur was not the one holding up the fight. It was very, very clear to me. He called Dimitri out right there, and he said to him, basically, he always says he wants to fight, but then he never fights. So I don't know. You have to ask him. Don't ask me because I don't know. And Bivol looked super, super uncomfortable. It is what it is. He looked super uncomfortable, and it showed me a lot about their mentalities towards the fight. And not that it means anything, could mean something, could mean nothing. But it was very apparent to me in those moments that Dimitri would have rather been on anywhere else on earth than in that spot, in that hallway, standing next to Arthur talking about that.
How do you defend the 1-2-1? Obviously, Bivol is long. He's got great legs, and we seen him, use that weapon against Canelo. Instead of he rarely in that fight did he do the 3. He kept it 1-2-1 to keep Canelo away, and I'm sure he'll do that for your fighter, who's an even bigger puncher. Every now and then again, and I think he only did it so that the fighter, the opposite fighter doesn't get hooked on the rhythm, but he never really wanted to throw the hook. It was always 1-2-1, get away from me, use these legs to even get away from you. How do you counter that? What do you do to that?
Well, the thing is, he's a very smart fighter. He's got great instincts and all of that. But it would work a little different with the type of pressure Arthur puts on and with Arthur's size. Punching at Arthur and keeping him at bay and keeping Canelo at bay at his height is a huge different ball game. Canelo is not a big guy at all. He's very small actually. So I'm sure when the time comes, we're gonna come up with what we need to come up with for that specific action. But like I say, I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you. Just because Arthur demands that we focus on each opponent as we go.
But what would be the basic instructions? I mean, take the fighters out of the equation and just in general, what should I be doing if I'm fighting a guy that's overusing the 1-2-1?
Right. Well, I think using some foot movement, getting an angle, and because he's going to have to be right in front of me to do that. If I'm doing that, you're gonna have to be right in front of me. It's a lot easier to do against someone who's got their hands up and they're coming straight in. But you get a guy and he's giving you feints and he's doubling his own jab and he's using angles, then it becomes a whole different program. So, like I say, doing that against Arthur would be a little bit more of a project than being able to do that against Canelo.
Obviously, I got another hypothetical for you. I mean, it's a hypothetical only because you guys need to win. But Turki Al-Sheikh has made it clear he wanted Bivol to move up and fight Jaya Opataya. Have you seen him? The cruiserweight that he is the lineal. He just was stripped of his IBF title. Obviously, there's been so much talk of Bivol Opataya. How would Beterbiev do at cruiserweight? Do you foresee him moving up to cruiserweight at all? Because he's been at this division his whole career.
To be honest, it's never come up in the gym. Like many people have asked me over the last 8 months or so about him moving up. I don't know if they heard things or what, but I've never heard it mentioned. Like we've never talked about it. So it's like a non-issue in my mind. I haven't heard anything.
Have you seen a Bataille fight?
I have not. No, to be honest, I've in my life, other than Holyfield, I've seen very, very few cruiserweight fights. Cruiserweight is like a
You didn't
division.
watch Usyk fight?
Very rarely. For some reason, it's just a weird thing. Like cruiserweight is like a very odd division, and I've never been a big fan. I remember seeing David Hay a little bit, and like I said, I did see Usyk. Obviously, he was very good. But just in general terms, there's so many cruiserweights that I hear their names, and I literally have no idea who they are, like at all.
So John, who else are you working with these days?
I'm working with a middleweight, Stephen Butler,
Okay,
from
we know
Montreal.
Steven.
Yeah. He just came back. He won by knockout a month or so ago in Montreal, and now he's got a big fight in Canada with Steve Rolls, which they're the number 1 and 2 middleweights in Canada right now. So they're fighting each other, and that's coming up in several weeks. And so after I get done with this, I'll be going right to camp with Steven, and that's going to be a big fight for him.
I'm Googling, but didn't Steven fight Johnny Beck?
He did, yeah. I mean, I wasn't with him then, but I could say whatever. Johnny Beck is a top fighter, But just for some perspective, when he fought Johnny Beck, his best friend, who is also his wife's brother, was murdered literally right before the fight, and really, really did a job on him. So you know. Maybe you're not going to beat a guy like Janibek anyway. But just to say, he went into that fight with quite a heavy load on his mind, with his best friend getting killed.
Rose is a very durable opponent, man.
Yeah.
Have you guys gotten? Actually, you certainly got more than 8 weeks because that was a rescheduled fight, right?
Yeah. Well, one good thing is they know each other. Like him and Steve have sparred with each other, and so they have a history with each other, and but it's a good fight. It's a motivating fight because in the country of Canada, they're the two guys at middleweight, so it's going to draw a lot of attention, and that's it's right. It's going to be right in Montreal at the casino, so it's going to be a very, very big show.
Other than Butler, that's it?
Yeah. Plus, at the gym in Hartford, we have a bunch of amateurs that I've been helping out with, on occasion when I can. And, so just keeping busy with the kids mostly until it's time to go to camp with the two top guys.
That's what's up, John, man. Happy to see you staying busy. Please give out your social media, and thank you for the short notice interview, man. Always a pleasure to have you on.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Always I'm at John the Iceman Scully or Iceman John Scully at Facebook, and I have Twitter and Instagram. I think they're both Iceman John Scully. I'm pretty sure, and I'm always on there. Lots of good boxing talk and a lot of good fighters on there, mixing it up. So yeah, I invite any boxing fan people to come and come check my pages out.
All right, John. Well, have a good night, man. Thank you, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Former champ, trainer, John Iceman Scully. I'm pretty sure he's second. I know Mark Ramsey's heavy with Artur Beterbiev as well. And they brought in Iceman Scully a bunch of fights ago to help out, and he's been there ever since. And yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see what Callum can do. I'll tell you one thing. This episode does a good job showing you that Callum is probably the thinnest fighter that Beterbiev has faced. But phone lines are open if you want to call in. The number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. You can also join us on Discord and Twitter Spaces. Caller of the year shit. Cliff, what up? Gotta unmute, champ. Cliff, gotta unmute. Rob in Vegas, what up?
Yo, what's going down?
Straight, what's going on?
Nothing. Hey, we need a new award, most hated on. Now I know we doing the best here at B, but I just want to touch on that Garcia Rowley fight just briefly, just because I mean I caught that Joe, and so many niggas calling in hating, saying, "Oh, Rowley ain't a good opponent," all this. Then I listened to the other show back, TYP call in talking about Rowley the third best fighter in the division. Nobody bats a fucking eye. But when I said it, oh, it'll be a better decision. It's a business decision for him to fight him right there. That'll be
Because we
good.
expect more from you. We know CYP's crazy.
That nigga, wow. See, Dub call right behind her. Got to get early as prop. Blah blah blah.
I mean, we know he a PBC gangbanger. He 5-star lieutenant.
But yeah, man, this better be Smith, man. Damn, do you think the age might be getting to it? We seeing these older fighters, dog. They looking sketchy, but I just don't believe in the Smiths. Who was that said the UK guys, we ain't fucking with no UK guys this year? Who's that saying that? I'm wondering if
he going for caller of the year. You talking about Tip Bellis? He going for caller of the year.
Tip Bailey, and he usually remember. Hey, ever since that time I told him he a troll ass nigga every other call, he been on fire, huh? He been getting it together. That nigga has been killing. But yeah, man, that's the thing that I'm worried about is the motherfucking the goddamn that UK shit, man. Them guys just be sketchy. You think they could be the goods, you think they look decent, and then all of a sudden they just out of nowhere they on the floor and the counting is getting counted out to 10. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to call in on that, man. I do got Beterbiev. Who else is on that card? I don't be knowing like where to find the undercard information. I don't be having enough time. The blue collar guy, I be working.
I don't know. I'm going to check, man. I'm going to make sure I give you that info in a bit. I don't know. I mean, they doing a poor job announcing that shit. I mean, promoting the undercard. I'll tell you that because I don't know who on this undercard. I got to find an email.
I'm like, what the hell? But I want to believe because I want to see Bivol versus Beterbiev. So I want to say Beterbiev with a late stoppage on Smith. I always like to just give my opinion on that. I do want to say shouts out to Virgil. I thought that shit would go longer, but it didn't. He got that motherfucker out of there in the first round. So I don't know if I deserve some crow for that pick, but yeah.
Hell no, that ain't your fault. That was Tony Weeks' fault.
Hell yeah. But yeah, appreciate the call, man. As always, I love the show. I wish I could have got the call in earlier. Thanks for the time.
You the man, champ. We got Davidian. What up?
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
You? You don't sound right. Cliff, what up?
Yo, what was that? Was that you said Davidian like it was a real someone you knew, but I heard a little kid.
Nah, he was on the Chickmon voice. It must have been Discord. But what up?
Hey, shit, I almost got distracted because your boy brought up Rolly, and then I'm not gonna go off topic. We're gonna talk about what you made the topic and what you touched on in the interview. First, I'm gonna go. This casual hardcore shit, y'all gonna see that as real. First, let's start with the weight. We feel like. So I want to get your opinion first. You feel like pushing it to the same day weigh-in is unnecessary? Like you don't see any value in that, or is
I was I was taught that, you know, we get more deaths that way, right? So that's why I've been making it my thing to ask the people I'm interviewing the question, you know, especially if they train the fighters, they
Oh, safety.
yeah.
So what you basically, if you feel like that, basically kind of, I feel like that says that fighters are still going to try to fight in the same weight class and just make it more dangerous. You basically,
That's
if you feel,
exactly what the trainer said.
all right, well, if they're still going to push it to the limit, then no, it's stupid to have them do same day weigh-ins if it's not going to like make someone like Devin, for instance, just avoid 35 that for so not stay there so long. And if he would have still
I
tried to
mean, to
do
be
that,
fair, the hypothetical terms attached to bringing that back was somehow policing the fighters in between fights and camps, so that they don't balloon up and are lying and fighting outside their weight. If that makes any sense.
well, personally, I never believed in weight bully. I always felt like if you could make the fight, and if you could make the weight at the day of the weigh-in, I don't care where you walk around at. I don't care what you do on your own time. If you could make yeah, if you could make that motherfucking weight at that motherfucking day, you deserve to fight whomever else can do that thing. That's why I really don't even like when we say that um the Mexican monster is too big for Canelo. I understand he's a big man, but if he could make 67 on that day, then fuck it. But I hear my time is running out. I think Beterbiev is gonna beat Cullen Smith. Cullen Smith ain't that nice. He should probably stop him late,
You may
and
feel
that's
like it's
be
your
that.
time, but it's not your time.
All right, Cliff Knight, what up? Nike Hendricks, what up?
Shouts out to the boxing voice. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out Miss Danny, whole squad. So we talked about Beterbiev and Smith, huh? My boy.
Yeah, we were reviewing the episode. I guess if you ain't watching, you could talk about the fight. We were just talking the episode that they dropped. They did kind of an all access type of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to review it. You know, so I'm gonna just talk about the fight real quick. Shit, man. Shouts out to Bayless, man. He got me thinking like, shit, Caleb Smith might get murdered. And man, damn, yeah. Oh, like he's a good fighter. He is. But I don't know, man. Like you get him better recognition than Joe Smith. Next.
Do I give who better recognition than Joe Smith?
Uh,
Callum?
Smith.
I mean, I
Callum, yeah.
think, I think Callum might have more skills than Joe, bro. Joe's pretty
Uh,
flat-footed, pretty
yeah,
blue
yeah.
collar, you
Yeah,
know,
he got
lunch
more
pail.
skills than Joe for sure. I would say that skill wise, but as recognition wise, like I like Joe better, you know. And then that's the common opponent. I mean, with all of them, right? Because Bivol fought Joe, didn't he?
Bivol fought Joe. Yes, he did.
Okay, so yeah, so that's common opponent with all three. Well, I don't know if Caleb fought him. I know Bivol and Better B did. So, I don't know, man. I feel like was he ever a world champ? Smith wasn't a world champ before,
Yeah,
was he?
yeah, he had the WBC knock B-Hop out the ring.
He damn sure did. He damn sure did. I forgot about that one. Oh shit! I don't know now. Shit, I forgot. Damn, not the
But
legend out the ring.
but Beterbiev knocked out Joe Smith.
Yeah, and then Bivol stop him or he went decision.
Bivol stopped who?
Uh Joe Smith or he beat him by decision.
I don't think they fought, but let me check.
I think they did, didn't they?
I'm about to check. Maybe, fucking Beterbiev been fighting. I mean, yeah, you're right. Decision.
Okay. So, yeah, man, I like Beterbiev to knock him out. I like
You may
Beterbiev to
feel
knock
like
him
it's
out.
your time,
All
but
right.
it's not your time.
Davidian trying you again. Davidian. Tip, what up?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Man, they on the internet saying Tony Weeks had a seizure watching Tommy Mercer. I mean, what's my boy name? Tommy Morrison versus Ray Mercer, bro. That shit crazy. Uh, Check this out, man. Better be versus Cullen Smith. I ain't gonna hold you. This is a good fight, but in order, I think what Cullen got to do in this fight, bro, he really got to box he got to box Better be, bro, and like his output just got to be there, like because Better gonna keep coming forward, bro. And if you ain't got an output like Bivol, bro, in order to keep him off, he gonna take you into deep waters and he just gonna break you down. And you know what I'm saying? That's what really Cullen got to do in this fight. Uh, Me personally, I don't know. Uh, if Cullen take that Joe Smith approach, bro, and just ends up folding and making it a fight, he ain't gonna make it to 10 rounds, bro. I'm gonna be honest, he not gonna make it to 10 rounds. But I do think this fight gonna go the distance for the most part. I think it could go the distance. I think he gonna fight the smart fight. Will he win? I don't know. It all depends on if Beterbiev gonna take his jab away. If Beterbiev can take his jab away, I think he got the best chance of winning that fight going 10 rounds. But yeah,
I mean, it's a
that's just
12 rounder, so he won't be winning that then.
hey, we never know because sometimes styles make fights. The jab.
I'm just saying, you said you got him winning 10 rounds. I'm just saying, add another two and it'd be okay.
No, I'm just saying like the full fight before the fight's over. Who else is on this card? Is Michaela Mayer on this card, or is that another card?
I don't even know, bro. Let me look
No,
online.
I'm tripping. I might be tripping.
On BoxRec, they got Chris Billy. Get the fuck out of here. They
Oh,
put him on
Christian
the
McBilly.
same
Yeah,
card?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
finally.
yeah.
That's
Christian.
good.
Hey, and Billy getting a knockout early. That's coming early.
Yeah, I
Billy
mean,
getting an early.
he ain't finding one.
Yeah, and Billy getting an early stoppage, bro.
Mm.
Definitely. Yeah. He too much for this dude he fighting, bro. He way too much. I want to see him, Billy. Damn.
Damn, that's it, bro. I don't know no other name on this card. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a light card, but I want to see him, Billy versus what's the old boy name? Got the interim title,
Which one?
Morrell.
I've been saying that. They don't
Yeah.
want
That's a
that. They
crazy
want
fight.
David
Yeah.
Benavidez.
Nah, they tripping. That's a fight that's gonna get him ready for Benavidez. That matter of fact, that's the test right there.
Yeah, the thing is Mabili gonna take that because he know Morrell difficult and could derail him from a title shot. He on the cusp, and he
Um,
got Canada, so he could actually bring somebody there and offer him a title shot in his country, pay them more.
See, I wish it wasn't so many belts, bro. Because like these dudes are everybody just waiting around for a title fight. That's why we not getting the fights we really want, bro. Because if it's still about like 3 titles, you know what I'm saying? Just being the main sanctioning bodies, I think we get more fights more often. But I don't know.
It'd be better if it was one fucking title.
I agree with that too.
I don't
'Cause
know that
that
we'll get.
way,
I don't know that we'll get more fights that often because a champ could only have but so many camps in a year. You feel me? But at
I
least we'll
mean,
get.
2 to
At least
3.
we could get maybe one contender, one number one contender per year if it was one
Yeah,
belt.
yeah, that'd be a good thing. Yeah, that's it. That's our kind of punch back in right here, son.
All right. Davidian, trying you again. Trying you again. Jay Billy, what up? If you're watching this on YouTube, man, it's free to hit the thumbs up, free to subscribe. Shout out Mad Bent, $2. Daily Dose of Tanquil.
You got me?
Arthur smashes Smith to smithereens. Yes, we got you.
Yeah, man. Shout out Ness putting in that motherfucking work. I like to break down, if Callum Smith has a chance, it has to be high output. He has to box him. He has to keep him at the end of the jab. But I got to tell you something. That shit ain't fucking happening. At the end of the day, that shit ain't happening. What the trainer just came on here and said, this man is dedicated. You feel me? When he wins his fights, he drops to his knees, dog. That tells me something different about a fighter. And I know y'all probably don't like to take too much into body language and shit like that, but the way he acts after a fight, he acts like he just went through war.
Who?
You feel me? Because that's what this shit better be. Because that's what this shit really is. You feel me? He prepared to do anything in that ring. He's dedicated. He's only going in there for one thing, and that's to get you out of there. And it's strategic too. Like as you was talking about that power jab, what was you about to say about it? Because I think that's when the trainer came back on. Because that's going to be the key right there.
Yeah, and I mean it's just concussive, bro. He be hurting motherfuckers with it.
Yeah.
And even he
That shit is
laughed at
strong and
even
stiff,
he
dog.
laughed at it in the episode. He said, his power jab is more like a left hook.
I mean, and then even he comes with the lead left hook. You feel me, to get around the guard. Well, that's at least what he was killing Yard with. So it's not too much that Callum Smith can do. You feel me? He can box about 1 or 2 rounds, really one. And then after he gets hit, dog, he gonna put his hands in his pocket and it's gonna be done. You feel me? So yeah,
You ain't
man.
watched the episode, huh?
Watch what episode?
A
Watch
Tale
what
of 10
episode, dog?
Punches.
Nah, I ain't watch it. What is it, like a little hype tape? Like a little
28
tale before the
minute
fight?
28 minute all access.
Oh,
It's
they
just
must have
the
just dropped that
it's just
today.
the it's just
I
the
mean,
top
still,
ranked version.
that ain't gonna tell me too much that I don't know about Callum. You feel me? I know how this fight's still gonna go. I still got better beat to beat Bivol. So, this Callum fight, like I said, inactivity has been killing, but Callum's been out the ring for longer than Beterbiev. His last fight was what? August of 22. So he coming up on a year and a half. So, they're both coming off inactivity, but Beterbiev coming in there to kill. So
You may feel like
it's
it's your
different.
time,
But yeah, you keep on
but it's
putting in
not
that
your
work. I'm
time.
gonna tap back in. Somebody says something.
For sure. See, this is what I mean when I say lack of promotion. Hardcore boxing fans should have known that this episode was dropping, and we should have all consumed it. But it's the lack of promotion. It's the lack of knowledge of how to consume it, where to find it. Maybe Top Rank isn't pushing it enough. Troll Beta, $50 Sweden. Smith has Buddy McGirt in his corner, so he is losing and getting stopped. That is a very great observation. Buddy McGirt is just as bad as Tony Weeks. Buddy McGirt, lost someone in the ring, so he is, remember Maxim Davyshev was his fighter, so he's always going to have high alert, pins and needle type shit. Baby Joker.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's up, bro? I only catch like 15 minutes of the episode, which is pretty fucking good. Like
Thought
they're
so.
fucking. What was that?
I said I thought so too.
Yeah, that was. I liked it. I like how they went through their fights and stuff like that. From what I saw. I'm still going with the upset Ness. I know both of these guys have been out for over a year, but one dude is 39 and the other dude is a lot younger. I don't know. I think I've seen too many comebacks from older fighters and getting ass beat when they come back or looking terrible. There's one of the most recent ones. Another 39-year-old with power that didn't do shit in this fight.
Which one?
Parker and Wilder. I
Oh
thought it looked.
yeah.
I think
38,
the
38.
I think the inactivity was part of it too, bro. What else was gonna say, bro? Yeah, I think Beterbiev was kind of overrated, Ness.
You think? Whoa, why? What the hell?
Because I mean, look, he beat a yard that was already beaten by Kovalev and fucking Lyndon Arthur, and then he beat a Joe Smith that already had been stopped. What, his first 7 fights, he was stopped by a TKO.
Yeah,
Then he
but
lost to Sullivan.
everybody loses, bro. Like,
Yeah, but then he lost to Sullivan Barrera and Bivol before the
bro,
Beterbiev beat got to him.
Barrera is a Cuban fighter, bro.
Yeah, that's the same Barrera fucking Zurdo beat the shit out of.
Okay, and
That's the same Barrera, right?
Zuldo is a good fighter that throws a lot of
Zurdo is not a
punches.
good fighter.
Man, you crazy? Why
Yeah,
only Bivol
Zurdo is
beat
not a
him?
good fighter.
Only Bivol beat him. Bivol's a world champ that beat Canelo.
Zurdo is not a good fighter, Ness. He's an okay
Yeah, all right,
fighter.
well tell that to Jesse Hart that tried to beat him twice and couldn't do it.
Who's Jesse Hart?
Someone that people thought would be a world champion by now. Believe that. Believe that.
I don't even know who that is. I gotta Google it.
Google it. He beat Zuldo, fought him twice and beat him.
I'm telling you, Zurdo ain't that good. I think Beterbiev's a little overrated.
You ain't that
my
good.
opinion.
You ain't that good at spotting talent.
How is that? I've been cheering for Bam, and I think that's the most talented boxer right now.
How's
The
Zuldo?
youngest.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
The
How is
youngest.
Zuldo not good? And he went from 160 to cruiserweight.
Zurdo is a dude that is undisciplined. He doesn't like to make weight. He comes overweight. He's been known to fucking be out of camp and be doing bullshit in Mexico. That dude to me is not good. I don't stick behind fucking boxers that are like that. It's a waste of my time to follow their career. If you ain't put in the damn effort, bro, I'm not gonna put no effort to fucking support you either.
I mean,
But it's not your time.
he can't. All I'm saying is that he can't be not good. He can't.
I just think
move
Beterbiev's a
up
little overrated.
3
bro.
divisions.
Have a good one, Ness.
You can't move up 3 divisions and not get beat and be a bum or be not good. And the only guy that beats you is Bivol, who happened to beat Canelo. Nobody special. Just the dude to beat Canelo. Nobody. Just nobody. AC, what up?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Chilling.
Hey, yo, that was kind of funny, the little back and forth y'all just had. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna say Zurdo is a bad fighter, but he has slick been protected a little bit. I will say that. But as far as the Beterbiev Callum Smith thing, man, 9 times out of 10, man, everybody knows unless Beterbiev gets old overnight, he's going to smash Callum Smith. Now, I don't think that's gonna say, or I don't think that necessarily says that Callum Smith is a bad fighter, though. I mean, shit, Beterbiev is just a badass. I do think, just in general, you kind of underselling Callum Smith. I mean, homie was lineal at 168. He did win the Super 6 tournament back in the day. I know super middleweight has always been kind of a weaker division, but, you can only fight who's in front of you. And I'm not sure if I'm 100% correct about this. If I'm wrong, let me know. But didn't David Benavidez swerve a unification fight with Callum Smith back in the day? I'm not exactly sure about that one, but I remember he got a fight offer like twice from Callum Smith and said no. So, I mean, he's not a bad fighter. I mean, the John Ryder fight, he probably really lost that shit. But, I mean, that happens. I feel like people kind of put too much on losses. Yeah, they matter. But, like, every single great fighter in boxing history, besides what Floyd Mayweather has, a loss or a debatable decision. And, hell, even Floyd got a debatable decision versus Castillo and Maidana. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I think Callum Smith is a good fighter. I'm not gonna lie to you though. Honestly, ever since I heard that Beterbiev was fighting Callum Smith, I've just had this weird feeling in the back of my head that Callum Smith is gonna upset Beterbiev, and we gonna fuck around and get Canelo, Callum Smith too for a 3-belt unified at 175. And if that happens, I'm gonna laugh like a mug, just because I know so many people are gonna be mad at that. But it's like shit. How could you hate? But nah, Beterbiev, he probably gonna smash that boy, and unless he get old overnight, he gonna smash Bivol as well. But that's my call, man. Shout out to you, man, for holding it down, bro, and shout out to the whole chat.
Appreciate you, champ. Looks like we got calls on Twitter.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Ness? So yeah, I have Beterbiev winning totally. I really like Beterbiev, but also Callum Smith. He's been looking pretty good at 175. I'm not gonna lie, like he looks strong, and he's been looking better. When was the last time Callum fought? Has it been a while too? Cause I fucking forgot.
Callum. Last fight was 2022 August 20th.
And
You
Beterbiev
may feel like
last
it's your
fight
time,
was against
but it's
Joe
not your
Smith,
time.
if I'm not
Anthony
mistaken, right?
Yard. Anthony
Anthony
Yard.
Yarde.
January 28th of last year.
Oh shit! Damn, that's kind of been a while, man. But I like the Beterbiev, man. He does have underrated ring IQ, man. Like, I mean, against Anthony Yard, for me, Beterbiev was down on the cards, but then he flipped the switch, and then he like started like to walk down Anthony Yard and beat the shit out of him, and then he took out Joe Smith like in 2 rounds, who like Bivol went 12 rounds with, and Bivol got wobbled by Joe Smith, and then he like beat the shit out of Marcus Brown with blood like all over his face, like, and he was still coming forward and stopped him. So it's gonna be a good fight, man. And this it's underrated. I don't know why like it's not getting promoted by also a lot of people on Twitter too. Like it's a really good fight. And and also another thing is like I'm happy to see Christian and Billy back. He's very entertaining too. He likes to come forward. He likes to be aggressive. A fight with him and David Morrell would be really good. And, and Morrell like beats man Billy, man. Like for me, that's a statement for me if Morrell was able to beat Ben Billy. But yeah, I do have better be beating Callum Smith, but it's gonna be easy. I don't think so, but I still have better be of winning, bro, because I really want that unification bout with Dimitri Bivol. Because since day one, I always had a better be of beating Bivol. If we get Canelo for Callum Smith too for undisputed at 175, man, I'm gonna lose my shit. But yeah, that's all I have for today, Nez, and I'm gonna let other people call in.
All right, champ. Hawk, what up?
And then he took me.
We hear
Yo,
you.
what's up, Nas? Always working, bro. Always working. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. I want to say one thing about that weight thing, man. I mean, that's been going on for years. Arturo Gatti used to come in at 140, weigh 140, and come in at 165 on all his fights. 160. He was way bigger than Floyd when they fought. And I think it's one of his couple of his title fights. He was like 165, close to 170. So I mean, that weight thing been going on for a minute. But this fight, I called you last week on this fight. I said I like Smith because Arturo Gatti. Arturo Gatti. Better be even getting hit a lot, you know. And Smith fighting with confidence. When he fought Canelo, in my opinion, he fought Canelo. He was like, I don't know if he was intimidated, but the way he fighting now at 175, he looks stronger. He looks more confident. He's stepping into his shots. And Beterbiev does hit hard with both hands. But when I watched him fight, who was for the guy from the UK was catching him with a lot of shots. And I don't know. I just think Smith, the way he looking now, if he come in with that confidence and step two Beterbiev, I don't think. I know you should box him, but you can't get caught outside boxing Beterbiev. You got to try to get his ass out of there. So I'm thinking Smith going to put the pressure on him and stay boxing, but get in there with that jab and stay hard, stay strong on him because I think Smith got a chance, man. I like Smith. So I mean, Beterbiev is a killer, but if Smith think he gonna box around with him for 12 rounds, nah, it ain't going 12 like that. He ain't gonna be able to do it. He gotta get it. I think Smith got to go for the knockout. You know, box, but box or puncher, get in and try to take him out. If it do go 12, it's because he really bullying him. Other than that, he gonna get knocked out. So I'm just going to stick with Smith on this one. But yeah, and that's TBV, you number one.
All right. Appreciate you, Hawk. Khaled, Indiana, what up?
Yo, Ness, come back to me.
All right. Anthony ATL, what up?
What it do? What it do? Hey, man, Baby Joker always calling in with these crazy ass takes, man. It's always him. Talking about some Beterbiev overrated. Jesse Dan Rodriguez, man. Well, I don't know how you be overrated when you literally knocked out every man you faced. And I'm just looking at this Bam guy he talking about. I'm looking at his box record right now. A lot of UDs on here, a couple KOs, but against bums. Janelle Rivera got 6 losses. Raul Juarez got 12 losses. These are the guys that this Bam guy's knocked out. Now you're talking about Beterbiev.
Yeah, but you going deep into Bam's resume instead of looking at when he did step up, he never looked back. And when he did step up, he just wait to fight a champ for the belt.
Wiskal Wanjek? Who is that?
Is that Kit Kat? Is that Rungs Vial? Because that was a former world champ.
Yeah, who is that, bro? Come on, man. Come on, man.
What's the date of the fight?
Like Joe Smith.
What's the date of the fight? I mean, maybe you don't know the weight class though, champ.
22nd? The 25th? 25th of June, 2022. He got a knockout against Wazal Wanjek. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're talking about Kit Kat, bro. Like that's a solid win.
I don't know who this dude is, bro. This is the most unknown solid win I've ever heard of in my life. He ain't Joe Smith. Is this Joe Smith Jr.? Is this Anthony Yard who been fighting nothing but killers other than the bums that he fights before he fights the killers?
Bro, this is the dude that beat Chocolatito, ain't it?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He got 5 losses.
My bro, and 2 of the wins. My man, he beat Chocolatito, a pound-for-pound fighter, back-to-back. That's what I'm saying. Like, just because you don't know somebody, don't mean they're not good. Like, Jesse...
Yeah, no, he beat Chocolatito. I see it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, Rungs Vial is good. You because you don't know his
Rungs
name.
Vial.
Yeah, they changed his name on BoxRec because, you know, these dudes be named at the stores and shit like that.
Yeah, also you talking about Sarefasai Runvisky or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Runvisky out, some shit like that. Yeah. You know, that's who that is. They just changed his name.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But I mean, in my defense, do you see his name on BoxRec? It's not that. You know. So
yeah, no, it says some other shit. That's why I had to click on it.
But I mean, all the other ones around that are nobodies. Saul Juarez, Jose Alejandro Burros.
Yeah, I mean, his claim to fame was you know, making easy work of a pound for pound fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it goes. You know, you get a call and you put on. If you put on, you on. Like, bro, and you the UFC guy. This is what I'm saying. We've had 2 dudes on this show today call in, and it's funny because he called in the shit on Baby Joker, but he doing the same thing. It's like he mad at Baby Joker for shitting on the fighters he shit on, so he's shitting on Baby Joker favorite fighters, and y'all shitting on each other's favorite fighters' resume. And it's just like, bro, how about we just give them credit? Like, I don't even know how you finding time to hate on Jesse, who stepped up in a very short number of fights. I mean, Jesse got 19 fights, and he probably already beat three world champs, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Cuadras, Kit Kat, and Sonny. You know, that's elite level shit, homie. And what? Two of them dudes he took the belt from? Well, the vacant Quadras was vacant, but like you fought a champ. That wasn't Danny Garcia fighting Robert Guerrero. You feel me? Like I don't know, man. We gotta just watch these fights, and if we ain't watch them, hey, don't talk about it. Chad, what up?
Yo, Ness,
Straight.
you got me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just in the car. Like I don't wanna like come on here, scare people away from the division that Bam is in. But I'm wondering to myself, how is you looking up any fighter? You just hear a fighter's name and you think going to box rec and looking at the statistics of opponents is giving you the idea about that fighter? Like we can learn something from box rec, but I mean, do you even know how old Bam was when he was like this? He is a kid in his prospect phase, fighting bigger, grown men of older than him. I mean, and then when the lights finally called, he answered, man. I mean, like to the last caller, you sound ridiculous. You sound ridiculous. You sound so like if there's a time for casual, it's now. You are a casual, my friend. My God, like there's something called context, bro. It's called context. It's beyond statistics, And if you look at the context of Bam's rise, you'd understand. The guy is a gift to us. We're lucky to have him and be able to watch him. Why don't you just say it? You don't respect the smaller divisions. Why don't you just say that? We get it. Like, give me a break. Why don't you show some respect? How about that to the fighters and the fans that actually do give a shit? You calling in here like it's some joke. It's not a joke the way you're talking, man. You downing the guy. The guy's a fucking world champion. Unified. Kidding me? That's all I got, Ness. That's all I got.
Passion, baby, passion. But it's true, man. I mean, we get carried away on this show and we shit on everybody, man. And maybe I was a victim of that. I wasn't the biggest fan of the lower divisions, but I'm just a good shit talker. Like, anybody that sits here and tell me I don't watch the lower divisions is like you either blind, deaf, or dumb. I got too long to be doing this. I've been watching the lower weight classes since Vic Darchinian, you know what I mean? At Becco, Abner Mares, Nakatani, Nikki Osha. Not Nakatani, Nikki Osha. Ain't that who fucking Nonito fought a long time ago? I mean, Rigo was my favorite fighter. So yeah, man. I used to be a victim of not knowing a certain weight class and like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? And even I even used to do that with the UK fighters too, like early on. I was like, fucking UK guys, who are they? But some of them are pan out. You feel me? We got the AJs of the world, right? What up, Brandon? Trying you again.
Yo, Ness, what's up, brother? How's my audio?
Straight, lower than usual.
How about now?
Straighter.
There you go. There you go. Had to adjust the mic. But hey, I kind of agree with the OG Hawk on this one. I'm kind of torn with this fight. I've been taking more risk as of late and picking trying to go with the underdogs. If I see something where an underdog can win it, I've been picking underdog lately, but I don't know, man. This is a very intriguing fight, because like Hawk was saying, Callum Smith is a really good fighter. Like great left hook, great overhand right. He's got power in both of them. I've seen him stop guys with both hands, drop guys with both hands. Uh,
I
Get
mean,
a hand
three
speed.
things to consider. The fight's in Canada.
Better
Callum's
be spot home.
Exactly. Beterbiev's home. Callum Smith trainer. If if y'all think Tony Weeks is mentally hurt or fucked up, what is Buddy McGirt? And then your man's
Yeah,
moving up from 68, but he looking like a fucking 60 pounder. He looking like Fondora's little brother as thin as he look compared to the opponents
yeah,
that.
because he's so tall. He's tall as shit. That's the one thing I don't like about Callum. He doesn't fight, to like he doesn't fight at the end of his jab. He ain't boxing on the back foot. He ain't fighting like a tall fighter. He likes to be in the pocket, man, exchanging. And that's the only thing I worry about with this fight because he has the power, I feel like, to hurt Beterbiev. He's got the faster hands. Beterbiev is technically sound, good jab, great power. I can see. I don't know, man. I want to go with Callum Smith so bad, but I just feel like with him like the fight in the pocket that fits Beterbiev style, and Beterbiev's just gonna be you know picking them out way and just breaking them down and eventually getting them out of there late. That's what my brain is telling me, but my heart is telling me like just root with the underdog, just go with the underdog because you know Beterbiev showed some flaws as of late. So for me, it's a 50-50 fight, maybe
I mean, for
60-40
sure,
Beterbiev.
Beterbiev has been put down by lesser punchers than Callum.
Yeah, and like Callum Smith been punching that light heavyweight. He had
I
the
mean, he
the
only had
what's that?
two fights and they were both mediocre opposition.
But still, man, he had that motherfucker on the
Lelin
ground having a
Castillo,
seizure.
Lelin Castillo is the better of the two, and he'll unfortunately my Dominican brethren may never win a world title. The
But who had it?
probability is higher
Didn't he
of
fight
never.
Bivol? Didn't Castillo fight Bivol?
Yeah, probably.
Who else?
Bivol and Joe Smith, they on. I mean, Castillo and Joe Smith are on Bivol's resume.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bivol didn't have that motherfucker
Yeah, but we all see that
seizing on
Bivol
the
is.
floor like that.
Yeah, because Bivol's
Not a
not here.
puncher.
Bivol's not here to knock you out. He's here to outbox you. He's shown you
Yeah,
that.
I feel that. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But like I said, man, for me, it's like a 60-40 fight for Better Beef. Before the week's over, I say, fuck it, go with the underdog. But like I said, I just feel like with Callum Smith's style, he likes to stand in the pocket, throw that left hook, overhand right combination. He can have some success, but I just feel like, Bivol, he's so technically skilled with that jab and that power. I just think like he's gonna be just breaking him down, and then he's eventually gonna get him out of there. I do think Callum Smith's gonna have some success, though. I do think the fight is a very good fight. I am excited to see Mobili back. That little midget buzzsaw motherfucker, just
You may feel
he's
like
just
it's your
fun to
time,
watch. But yeah, I'm
but it's
excited
not
for
your
this
turn.
card, man. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have my pick before the end of the week, but I'm slightly leaning.
That's the bell, champ. We got counterpunch, baby Joker.
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you, baby hater.
Damn. What was up with that weird ass caller?
He's weird because he came at you for being a hater of
Hey,
resumes.
I never trashed Better Beef. I said he's overrated. I
Same
said he beat
thing.
guys that were already beaten by fucking
Everybody gotta
before.
beat a guy that's beaten, bro. Like
Yeah,
so.
but come on,
So what
Ness.
did Bam do? Did Bam who he beat?
No, 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 yeah, but
Was
I've never
Kit
said he
Kat
was trash.
has
I'm telling you.
but has
I'm
Kit Kat
telling
not
you that.
laws though? Like to say like oh he lost already. He got knocked out already. Like
Well, I
so.
mean, that's why I'm saying he's overrated. That's why I'm picking the upset. Cause this dude, I mean, he outside of power, he's to me he's whatever. He's slow. He's real slow, and he gets hit a lot. I don't know what y'all see on that dude. I mean, he's good, but it's that power. I think he's just too old, Ness. I think he's too old, and he, like I said, Yard, real good fighter, but has been stopped. Joe Smith, real good fighter, but had been stopped too. Like, plus he got them at the tail end of his career.
Callum, real good fighter, but lost to a way smaller fight. Like it don't mean
Yeah, but
nothing.
that's Canelo. What
Eh,
you talking about?
No,
Don't be
no, it don't
comparing
matter.
better beef to no
It
Canelo.
don't even matter. What
The
I'm
fuck?
saying is that none of that means nothing.
To
Didn't
me, it does. If I'm betting, I'm
my
fucking looking
bro,
at everything,
my
bro.
bro, did Joe Parker not teach you nothing? Barroso ain't teach you nothing? None of that
I had
mean nothing.
Barroso. I didn't know who the fuck O'Hara Davis was. And then, and then when I found out he was from out there from the UK, I was like, oh no. And then Tip Sayless kept fucking saying it over and over, and it made me a believer. That's crazy. But
So,
yeah, I wasn't trashing Arthur. I just think he's overrated.
so you took Tip Ellis's pick and you ain't give him credit.
I did. I called in the morning. I gave him credit already. Said shout out Tip Bayless. He was talking that truth with fucking Barroso. Yeah, that's don't be fucking calling me a hater because I ain't a hater.
I mean, you the one discredited everyone's resume.
I didn't discredit him. I'm just telling you why I think he's overrated. That's it. I think his best win is Valdick.
He's got a loss. He's overrated.
Oh,
He got
isn't
he got knocked out. He's overrated. So
wouldn't
why?
Valdick be his best win?
But why is
Like
Matisse
10,
not
10 years
overrated?
ago?
Why is Matisse not overrated? He don't got no big wins and he got a loss.
I think he's kind of overrated.
Yeah, but you've never said it till now. You've never called in and say, "Hey man, why they calling this guy the boogeyman? He's overrated."
You may feel like it's your time,
Exactly.
but it's not your time.
Keep that
Have a good.
same energy, baby. Joker. Anthony, counterpunch.
Yes, yes. You know, I had to. You know, I'm coming right behind him. I'm on his hips. You know what I'm saying? I'm on his neck. No, I'm just playing. I was just responding really to the gentleman who called in after me. You know what I'm saying? I'm super casual, this and that, of what I was saying, but saying I didn't provide any context. But you just provided the context that maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't hear the beginning of my call when I was comparing resumes. So if you heard what I said about Bam's resume, it wasn't saying that he's a bad fighter, these are bad fighters. It's comparing his to Arthur Beterbiev. Because my man was saying he was overrated, and I'm saying, like, what? Are you kidding me? Look at these killers he's knocking out. You know, so, yeah, I don't think Bam's a bad fighter, but I don't watch him. I haven't seen one of his fights. And that's just not because, it's some little guy bias. I just rather see Arthur Beterbiev, you know, an actual real killer. You know what I'm saying? And by
It's
the way,
little guy
Baby Joke,
bias. It's little guy bias because if you don't know the people, if you know the people, then you ain't biased. You want to see them, but you don't know them. That's why you're like, who the hell is blah 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 blah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Maybe it is bias, and maybe it's just my enjoyment, what I prefer to watch. You know what I'm saying? I like the big scary motherfucker, somebody that I know can kill you with a single punch. You know, that's the stuff that gets me going. I don't like dudes that's finna go 12. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, if you about your business and getting it done early, I'm there to see that, okay? And somebody offered me a bet a few shows ago, and I think it was Baby Joker. So how about this? Since you're talking about upset, bet me, Baby Joker. I'll take Better BS. You take Callum Smith. You know, no problem. We could do it. You know, because everybody likes to talk, but nobody likes to bet. That's what y'all was saying, right? So let's bet. Put your money where your mouth is. You really think he overrated? Let's do it. You know. So I'm excited to see this execution, which is what this fight is going to be. You know, because that's really what this topic is all about. It ain't about Bam. It's about Arthur Beterbiev and Callum Smith. You know, it's probably going to go like 4 or 5 rounds, I think, and that'll be a wrap. All these British guys, we betting against all of them this year. They all frauds. I heard that British guy that called in like, the Americans were illiterate. You remember that? You remember that when he called in talking all crazy? You know, but y'all ain't looking so good right now. Wait till Joshua gets stretched by Ngannou. Y'all really going to be sad. So I can't wait. We on the UK neck this year because all these UK guys got a lot of things to say after Wilder. You know, Wilder made us look bad, man. He really did. We got to recover from that. You know, that's how I look at it. So appreciate the time.
All right. We got Days. What up?
Your time's up, nigga. Nez, what it do?
Chilling.
Hey, Nash, man. Hey, everybody listening, man. First of all, shout out to the Boxing Voice, the biggest bomba squad boxing podcast in the world. You see me? Listen, Arthur better
Listening.
be going to brutally knock Callum Smith the fuck out. Beterbiev is 19-0, and all 19 wins have came by knockout. Listen to me, man. If you're a betting person, bruh, put your money on Beterbiev to get that knockout. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the knockout, and then we're going to get that fight with Bivol, and we're going to knock Bivol the fuck out. All right? Beterbiev is a nigga, bruh. I don't give a fuck if he's 38. He's 38, he ain't slowing down. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no Deontay Wilder type shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Wilder. This is Beterbiev, bruh. Beterbiev is that nigga. All right? We're going to knock Callum Smith out, and then we're going to knock Bivol out. It's simple, Ness. Put your money on Bivol to knock this nigga out. Simple. That's it.
Bivol, when he fighting?
No, I'm saying Beterbiev is going to knock out Callum Smith, and then he's going to knock out Bivol.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Beterbiev ain't nothing to play with, bruh. This ain't no Deontay Wilder type shit. Bivol is really him, bruh. Bivol is that nigga. He's from Russia. You know what I'm saying? Beterbiev is going to knock Callum Smith the fuck out. Simple. Salute to the Boxing Voice, the #1 podcast in the world, man. Shout out to Ned. Shout out to Danny. I'm out. Let's get it.
Peace. We got Khaled Counter.
Yo, Ness, how you doing?
Straight.
Yeah, bro. All right, man. So I did watch the episode Great Marketing by ESPN trying to market me that Callum Smith is a puncher and that he knocking motherfuckers out and all that. They didn't do a good job of selling it because it's like, all right, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, I watched you fight Canelo, and it wasn't none of that energy. So how am I supposed to now believe that you was timid with the smaller man? Now you about to get in with the bigger man, and now I'm supposed to think that you going to catch with the left hook throw, knock him out with the right hand. Now I'm supposed to believe it. I don't see it, bro. I just don't see it. But shout out to ESPN. And that's not to say that Callum Smith not a skilled fighter. He's not a good fighter, but it is levels. Better be. And whoever's saying we keep throwing this Beterbiev old shit around, but the trainer made a very good point, subtle point. Lifestyle. That man don't drink. That man don't smoke. That man in the religion. He operating on a different level. That, you 39, but body probably a little different. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Beterbiev on this. I did watch the shit, though, Great Market. I want to see Christian Mobility, though, because I keep hearing about him. I want to see him. I want to see if he's throwing them bitches. Hey, what time does the fight start out here? Wait, hold up. When I say out here, I'm in Indiana Midwest, so we on a different time. So you know what time it'll be on out here?
You Central?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I would have to check, but you usually, I want to say, an hour after the East, so I'll check for you in a bit, see if it's on the Instagram.
Yeah. Hey, my fault. I ain't trying to do all that extra work and shit. I'm just like, cause with the UK times, they be starting at different times. Like, they don't be having, they be in the early afternoon or some shit. I'm like, damn, I don't want to miss that shit. So, yeah, but, yeah, shout out to Callum Smith and all that. Shout out to Beterbiev. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna watch it, but I think he's gonna get him out of there. Like, I don't believe, how you gonna open up with Beterbiev? Like, I didn't see you They were showing them highlights. I'm like, damn, where was all this shit against Canelo? Like, yeah, I know your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, your shit got busted. Maybe it was drained. Maybe it was some rehydration shit. But he catching and throwing and slipping and up. I'm like, damn, what is this motherfucker decent? Where was all this shit at? But see, I'm not going, bro. But shout out to NCA marketing. Everything is about marketing. I'm seeing it. Bill Haney's great marketing and all that. Everything's marketing. I see it, but I can see through it a little bit. Bro. But that's my shit. Hey yo, I'm gonna be quick. Biggest fight, a Sabril Matias, Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia,
You may feel like
CSC
it's your
Emil.
time,
That's the pay per view,
but it's
and
not your time.
yeah, that's it. Fuck it, I'm out.
Yo, I don't see an email from them, and it's not on the Instagram, so I'll have to get back to you. Let me check though real quick on ESPN. They'll have when the card starts itself, but that will be the first fight, not the main event. Real quick, looks like we got on the line. Uh, I should know this already, but I don't. Damn, I do. Bet you that's Bo, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, that is Bo Rogers. What up?
What up with you, Ness?
Same shit. Another podcast.
What's good? Yeah. Uh, Arthur, I think he the goods, and I thought I knew he was the goods when I went back a while. It was a couple of years ago. I went back and I watched a fight with him and USET. They fought, and he knocked him. He didn't win the fight, but he knocked him down in that fight. He was on his ass. It was a real good fight, but I knew he was the goods back then, and when it comes to uh, people not knowing who fighters are, that's why you got to take your head off to people like Canelo and Tank and guys like that, because they like the advertisement for the sport. Like the 168, I wasn't. I'm always been a guy. I like the smaller division, well, like from 130 to 147 and occasionally 154. But Canelo, when he went up, going up in weight, and he went to 168, I felt like that's when he really got it popping. I knew who Plant and Benavidez and all them guys were, but that weight division wasn't popping like that till Canelo went up there and got it popping, and doing that for 175 too. So that's why I don't even give Canelo a hard time no more about who he fight. And these other guys got to be the ones who fight somebody. Canelo do take his time to get around to everybody, but everybody else just be like they just taking tune-ups waiting on Canelo now. But I don't know if Canelo could go up there and do anything with Beterbiev though. And the Beterbiev and Bivol fight, I'm gonna take Beterbiev, even though I know Bivol is the goods, but Beterbiev, he's special, man. He's pretty tough. He is old, so he is ready for to get caught up. But I believe he could. He still got. I think he got more gas in the tank. So I'm picking him against anybody he go against for the next 2 more years. I give him 2 more years to be on top of things. But I really hope like hell that fight with him and Bill will do happen, because I think that might be one of the best fights that you go get everything you're looking for, skills. And I like the boxer, but I like the boxer punchers better. So that's why I'm gonna get an edge to Beterbiev if that fight happens. And the fight this weekend, that dude don't stand a chance. But it should be entertaining for about 4 or 5 rounds. That's all I want to tell you, Ness. Hello?
You
All
may
right,
feel like
champ.
it's your time,
Now we heard you.
but it's
We
not your
heard
time.
you. Copy cool. What it do?
What's good, Chan? What's going on?
What up with you?
Shit, man, chilling. Getting home from a long ass day of work, but yeah, man. Better be. Should win this by knockout. Although he's been touched before. Colin, Smith can't land them long ass rangy arms. If he could keep him on the outside, hit him with some good shit. Cause he has been touched before by a lighter punch, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got hurt. Did he get hit by Joe Smith? Was it?
Who better be?
Yeah, was it Joe or no? Not Joe. It wasn't Joe. He beat the shit out of Joe. It was some other dude that hurt him. I
I
can't think of
mean,
who hurt.
dropped
Better
them.
be.
Callum Johnson and Jeff Page.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So I mean, you know that, and I believe Smith is a way better fighter than those guys. So I mean, it's potential there to create an upset. You know, um, but yeah, man. I think this is gonna be a better fight than a lot of people think. You know, I don't think it's gonna be a walkover like a lot of people are assuming that Beterbiev just gonna walk this guy down. Because everybody knows that Smith is always on his toes. You know, and if he could keep him on the outside and land some shit, it'll be a decent fight. The question is, like everything, is can he take that power? At 75. But yeah, man. Oh, for my man's that was calling it earlier, the fight at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So that means that Midwest is 9.
Nah, uh, I didn't see 10 o'clock. I just looked it up. Fuck.
But boxing scene got it at 10 p.m.
Maybe the main event because ESPN for me the card starts at 2:25.
Oh
So that
shit, man! That
so that's 5:25 for y'all, 5:30 for y'all. And obviously that's the opener,
yeah, yeah,
Maloney's on that card, and so is
yep,
Mabilly. So, you want to see those six fighters at least.
yeah, definitely.
Not
You
six
got to see them.
fights, six fighters.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so then I gotta do some. I'm with you. Then I gotta do some more research because I was looking at boxing scene. Boxing scene said it was at ten
Yeah, I
o'clock,
mean the
10 p.m.
easiest way is to open your app or to go to ESPN Plus on your .com, and it's gonna
Hmm.
tell you right there what time it starts. They even got the press conferences, the weigh-in, everything got the schedule is on the
Word.
video itself, so it tells you it starts at this time.
All right. Quick thing, a quick add on. You seen Schofield and JoJo done deal, right?
I did see that. I thought about doing that as the show, but I'm like, it's fight week. This is a big fight.
Where?
Schofield, JoJo Diaz, that shit's been lingering for like 2 years. They've been fake making that fight. Finally made it.
Where? And you seen that they added Pitufo on
And I
that
don't even
that
know if
Puerto
it's
Rico
really
fight.
made it because I only see Schofield said it.
You seen they added Pitufo on that Puerto Rico
I
card? You still want it?
seen that, bro. You got a late super chat talking about you might want to go now. I don't want to
Yeah.
go, bro. Like Pitufo, shout out to them for giving him an opportunity because he got cut and like to get on that card that's big for him. So shout out to them for looking out, man. But nah,
What?
that card is full of A sides. That remind me of the Tank Hector Garcia pay per view where it's just like all A side names, but they in very lopsided fights.
Yeah, I want to see who they put him against, but it just made the fight interesting, and it's an all Puerto Rican card. All Puerto Rican card can't be made. But all right, champ, I'm gonna let you go, man. I just want to put my 2 cents in that shit.
Nah, for sure. Shout out. If you're watching this on YouTube, man, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, that subscribe. The goals ain't stopped, man. We still trying to get to that million, but we doing it one sub at a time. Right now, we're at 187,511. So go ahead and tell a friend to tell another friend to come on over and subscribe, man, to your daily, twice a day boxing podcast, man, giving you something to listen to during your work shift. We usually give you a good 8 hours worth of content to get you through your whole work day, you know? So keep tuning in, keep subscribing, and we'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. to do it all over again. All over again, man. So catch us right here, youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Don't forget to visit our community page at /community. Days, I see you. I thought I got to you. So, yeah. That's GTO. Oh, we got Troll Beta with a $50 suite, and he says, never mess with a guy that has a wild, untrimmed beard, shaved head, without a fade or a taper or a lineup. He got to be talking about Art the Beterbiev. Wolverine looking ass in the picture and shit, right on the poster. Yo, we out. NesGTO, Instagram and Twitter. Peace.